Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promit Ghosh and today what you see over here is the all-new Honda Amaze. Now this car was showcased at the previous Auto Expo and it has stayed true to its design language. This car comes in a couple of variants, diesel and petrol. Today what we are driving is the 1.2 litre CVT petrol. So yeah guys, stay tuned to this video and we'll tell you everything you need to know about the all-new Honda Amaze. So let's start off with the front guys, and the very first thing that you will notice that's a bit odd is the nose of the car. Now the nose of the car is absolutely flat. Some people like this design, but it is very hard to digest such kind of a design. I personally don't like it that much, but it doesn't look that bad either. The second thing that you'll notice is this huge chrome garnishing that has been done all the way from the headlight to the center where you have the signature Honda logo and the grille. So you have a honeycomb grille over here. As you can see that from there to here, this complete thing is flat. Now this has got bumpers that are a bit sporty. The car actually looks not bad from the front. It looks pretty decent. One more thing you notice that this car has DRLs over here, this headlight cluster, and it has got DRLs over here. It's got a turn indicator and a normal halogen reflector headlight. They should have given a projector, not an LED but a halogen projector that would have accentuated the car's looks from the front, but nevertheless the headlights are pretty bright and they do their job well. This is the front end and you do not get any parking sensor or nothing as such. So yeah, the front end looks decent, but for me it's again hard to digest that the nose of the car is absolutely flat. Also you see on the bonnet you get some lines and creases that kind of makes the car look good from the front. So now moving on to the side, you notice that this car is not a very big car. Actually it's not a very long car. You notice one thing, that the character lines and the creases on the car make it look good from the sides. So this runs all the way from the headlight to the tail light back there, and it merges actually in the tail light over here. Plus you also get this black treatment around the windows over here from the A pillar to the C pillar. You get body colored ORVMs, but now these turn indicators are neatly integrated into the ORVMs. So I mean they're very sleek. You get these 15-inch alloy wheels. They are machined alloy wheels and the spokes are really nice. They are good looking alloy wheels for this car and the size is absolutely perfect. The lower variant gets the 14-inch. This is not the top of the line, but this is a high variant, so this get these 15-inch alloy wheels, and the spare wheel that is there in the boot, that is a steel wheel, not an alloy wheel. So yeah guys, overall from the side the car actually looks good, and it's got a 170 ground clearance also, as you can see. And if you notice right at the front, as I was telling you, that the design of the nose is absolutely flat, you can see it from here. So yeah, overall the car actually looks good from the side. Now let's talk about the rear of the car. So the very first thing that you will notice are these very stylish looking tail lamp cluster. Now these are inspired from the Civic because of this design that you see. But let me tell you that this part of the tail light is of no use actually, because this can only be used as a reflector. It does not have any bulb inside, it does not illuminate. Also you get the Amaze logo right here, Honda logo there, and the i-VTEC. Since we are having the i-VTEC V variant, you get the logo out there. On the top variant you get a chrome strip running across the boot. Now this is just below the top variant, so you don't get that. You get the Honda logo right here. You get parking sensors, but you do not get a parking camera. Parking camera would have been helpful. Do you have an option for the infotainment system? You can opt for that, so that gives you a 7-inch screen. So once you install that from the Honda dealership, you will get a rear parking camera, and that will actually be nice. The rear actually looks good. It goes well with the front and the sides. Now since you're talking about the rear, let's talk about the boot. And to open the boot, you have this remote button, this remote unlock. So you just press and hold this and the boot opens. Now the boot does not open completely, but you have to open it. So once you open the boot guys, there you go, you have 420 liters of boot space. Now that is enough to keep luggage for 5 people. But a few things that I noticed, that this part over here they should have given some kind of covering, because this test car of ours, it actually does not have, everything is kind of naked and the wires are hanging over here. So we actually don't know that does this have a covering or no, but it must have a covering because these wires and all are hanging, as you can see. So maybe that's the boot, and to close it, it's not an electric, so you just shut it down. So yeah, there you go. So this is the engine of the Honda Amaze. Now it is available in diesel and petrol, and it is available both in manual and automatic for either of the engines. Now this, what we are driving today, is the Honda's i-VTEC 1.2 litre petrol engine, and this is a very fuel efficient engine as Honda claims it. Claimed mileage is around 19 kilometers per litre, but we are driving in the city, so from bumper to bumper traffic, It's giving around close to 14 to 15, maybe sometimes 16, or maybe sometimes even less, depending on how you drive it. The gearbox is a CVT. Power delivery is smooth and linear. Mid-range is kind of flat, but overall the engine is very smooth and nice. So now we are at the driving seat of the Honda Amaze. Now the very first thing that you'll notice is that the driving position is really comfortable, and it's really nice to find a sweet spot for the driving position. It's not at all difficult. The steering is tilt steering. It's not a telescopic, but in spite of that, finding the right driving position is not at all difficult. You will notice that the seats are really comfortable once you sit in this car. Actually, the seats are really cushiony and really comfortable for long drive, short drive, city drive, highway drive. They are all sorted. You get this very good looking steering wheel which has steering mounted controls on the left hand side. On the right hand side there is nothing. Car lacks on cruise control. There should have been a cruise control, but on the flip side you get these paddle shifters. Yeah, you get these paddle shifters that you can see right over here, so you can change. But this is a CVT, the gearbox is a CVT, but still they have given an option for a paddle shifter that actually looks cool, and you feel like you are gonna race on the road, because this actually gives you the feel of a sports car when you're sitting behind and you have paddle shifters. So overall finishing, there is hard plastic present everywhere, but the fit and finish quality of the car is actually nice. Now the seats I was talking about, the seats are really comfortable. They have got height adjust over here for the driver's seat, so you can adjust the height from here. Again, manually there you can pull the seat ahead and behind. You can adjust the backrest and the headrest. So everything is basically adjustable, and a driver of my size, I'm a 6 feet 2 inch guy, sitting comfortably over here. My knees are not hitting the steering wheel, nor are they hitting the gear lever over here. Very good experience, and I've been driving this car around in the city for a couple of days, and it's a very good experience with this car. I am actually happy. Now let's just go back and I'll tell you about the rear seat. So we are now at the rear seat of the Honda Amaze, and as you can see that there is some amount of room left for knee room and leg room. Also headroom, there is enough headroom. So this seat has been adjusted according to my height. I'm a 6 feet 2 inch person, so a 6 footer can sit and drive, and a 6 feet plus person can sit behind and go comfortably. Not very comfortably, but yeah, because the seats are really cushiony and really nice, so yeah, the drive will be really comfortable. Shifting from the right to the left won't be difficult, and since there is nothing over here, there is no transmission tunnel or anything that's going, so shifting from this seat to the other is really easy. Now you lack a rear AC, so rear AC would have been better because it would have cooled down the cabin really fast. The AC that is on this car is nice. It's not bad. It helps cool down the cabin really nice and fast, but a rear AC would have been better. Instead of that, you get a power socket over here so that you can connect your charger and charge your devices. You also get a center armrest that you can deploy if 4 people are sitting. You get 2 cup holders. In this you can place your drink or water bottle and just go on the drive very peacefully. The rear of the Honda Amaze is nice, and it's really comfortable because the seats are amazing. It's really cushiony and they are really gorgeous. So now we are again at the driving seat of the Honda Amaze. A few things that I would like to say again, that the seats is really comfortable. It's a really driver friendly car, and the cushioning is just amazing. I have been driving, as I told you, I've been driving this car for a couple of days in the city, and there is no complaint about back issues or stiff seats. They are just perfect and they're absolutely fine, and I just love them. Now let me just give a brief about the engine once again. So the engine is a 1.2 liter CVT petrol engine that is 89 bhp and 110 Nm of torque. Since you're driving in the city, the mileage is close to around 14 to 15. That is pretty decent, I think, for a petrol engine. On the highway, if you cruise at the eco mode, you'll get a better mileage, but of course. So we're talking about the infotainment system. So this has a bare basic infotainment system. So this is not the top of the line variant. So the infotainment system is very basic. It's got 4 speakers, and it just sounds, let me just play something. It's just bare basic and it's just there. So you can opt for a higher infotainment system, a better quality infotainment system with extra speakers, and that also includes a rear parking camera that this car lacks. And talking about drivability, so this car is really nice. This is a CVT gearbox. So what happens is that on the drive mode, so there is the drive and the sport. So what happens when you put it on drive mode till 3,500, the RPM sticks to 3,500, and then when you accelerate, then the i-VTEC kicks in. The revs go all the way to the 7,000 RPM mark. So when you put it on sports, so what happens is that the RPM, the limiter increases from 3.5 to say 4.5, and post that the i-VTEC kicks in when you accelerate more. So yeah, that's when the engine starts to feel bit more peppy. This car is not that fast. A 0 to 100 is claimed in say around in 15 seconds. Drivability, this car is an excellent car when it comes to driving. It's a very driver friendly car, and I was telling you that the CVT, it just kicks in. You can hear it inside, you can hear the buzzing inside. So I'll just put on sports and see. Post this, so you can hear the revs continuously. That kind of gets a bit annoying sometimes. But yeah, guys, overall, this is a very excellent car to drive. I mean, I'm in just love with how this car handles. This is a very nice car. Handling really well, steering excellent, gets excellent steering feedback, and it's just awesome. So yeah, guys, that was the all-new Honda Amaze, and I hope I explained the car well to you. So if you need to know anything else that I have missed out, so please mention it down in the comment section, and I will get back to you on that. Then if you have liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to all our social media channels. Then I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you for watching.